Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating a really simple love card using some amazing elements from the Missy's release. So first of all, these are all the elements that I'm going to use and I'm listing them down below as well as on my blog post. So I took these arches and I've die cut my panel from my elephant out of it. And now I am taping those two pieces, the frame and the inside piece, together by using some purple tape. So the idea is to have a big sentiment, a little one, and then the bunny. But first I'm going to stamp out these two, heat emboss them with white, and then I'll do the same for the smaller sentiment. And after everything is heat embossed, I can add some color. So for this card I'm going to really roughly do some watercoloring, and the embossing powder will resist the color. So I'm just adding a bit of water onto this watercolor paper. That's also why I'm using arches. I just want the water to move the color around. And I'm going to use a combination of orange, pink, the blue, and then a bit of red. And that's how I'm going to assemble this card. So I'm just really roughly, I'm not making sure that I am doing crisp things. It's just rough and organic. That's the idea. I'm also using this cracked pistachio, which I truly love, but I don't want to go over the orange too much because I don't want any muddy color to be formed. And then a bit more towards the red. And this far I didn't go onto the frame, but later on I will add some more colors and go a bit wider because I just thought that it was a bit too clean like this. So here I decided to use the refill for the Distress Ink Cracked Pistachio, and actually the color was much more vibrant than what you get when you just smoosh that ink pad on your mat. But that was handy because the blue was a bit too soft. But make sure if you're using the re-inkers to water it down a bit because they are quite heavy. The colors themselves are really concentrated in my opinion, so a bit watering down can really help. So at this stage I am trying to go a bit more towards the frame and make it even a bit softer than I already had. So now I'm going to heat set this panel. You can also let it air dry, but if you're a bit impatient like me, then a heat gun or anything like that can really help you. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I decided that I wanted to have some splatters, but I'm trying to sort of concentrate them there where I use the same color. It doesn't bother me if it goes towards another color, but the main splatter should be on its own color. So now I'm cleaning off my Love You. There are a few drops that have been dried on there, but just watering it a bit and then cleaning it off with a paper towel. And now that this is dry, I decided that I wanted to add some water splatters. This will reactivate the ink a bit and you can lift it off a bit of your panel. Next up, I'm going to add some shadows to my bunny. At this stage you can leave it like this, but I just thought that the bunny wasn't standing out as much as I wanted it to. So I'm just using the same color as I had underneath the bunny to go over the bunny and actually create that shadow just like I watercolor normally. I'm adding the ink there where I want more shadow to be, and then I'm making my paintbrush damp and I go over it and drag that color towards the rest of that part of the image. And that's what I'm doing for the rest of the bunny as well. So now that the watercoloring is done, I'm going to add this to my card base. So for my card base, I am going to lift up my frame. Therefore, I'm using some Scotch 3M foam tape. And then I will be adding my inside piece just by inlaying it flat onto my card base. So there is a bit of dimension going on with the frame. And then I will add some embellishments to finish off my cards. As you saw, I fiddled quite a bit with the placement of these sequins, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Once these are tiered, my card is finished. So this was my video. I hope you had a lot of fun and that you liked the end result. If you have any questions, you can always leave them down below. For those who are wondering what I use specifically, I am listing a supply list down below as well as on my blog post. And for the rest, I'm hoping that you have a wonderful day and see you soon. Bye!